Hello, everyone. This is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for August 28th through September 3rd of 2022. So how's everybody doing? Our week kicks off on Sunday, the 28th, with Venus opposing Saturn. So where Sun opposite Saturn has the focus squarely on you, the individual, Venus opposite Saturn often illuminates the relationships that you've magnetized or repelled in your lifetime. It is here that I also like to remind folks how valuable midpoints can be, as they give you a direct look back at your starting point, which offers unbelievable clarity about what you may be dealing with in the present moment. That initiation would have happened when Venus conjuncted Saturn on 3/28 of 2022. So March 28th to August 28th, that's 5 months that you've been already in this initiatory zone of new roles and responsibilities. And now this is a check-in. And there can be a push-pull between your true values and the current reality of your relationships and or your resources. Remember, at the midpoint, it's illuminating so much that isn't always clear when we're first starting out. Or you may find yourself facing some hard and unavoidable personal truths. Do not feel sorry for yourself and do not take it out on others. It is time to take responsibility for making new choices. Looking back will only trip you up. Challenges may center around commitments that you've made out of obligation and or a sense of duty rather than because you actually wanted to contribute. You can use this energy and activation to align your reality with the values of your heart. Do not allow the anxiety associated with change to keep you from making some important decisions at this time. If you give in to your fears, you could get caught up in martyrdom or victim consciousness. Deciding what you want, committing to the work that it will take to manifest your vision, and getting to work, that's what Saturn will reward with tangible and long-lasting results. You will never regret investing in yourself this way. Okay, deep breath. Venus is our values and priorities. Saturn's our reality, purpose. These things, when they're at initiation, started a whole new cycle. And now at the midpoint, we get to check in to see how we're doing with our relationships and finances in a very real, on-the-ground Saturn way, right? What's working? What's not working? How can we stabilize a little more if we're unstable? And if we've been too stable, how can we maybe loosen up and enjoy some of the fruits of our labor? That's on Sunday. Then we jump all the way to Thursday, September 1st, with Mars sextiling Jupiter. This energy will help you figure out what your deepest desires and authentic truth really are for you. If you're not sure, this expansion will illuminate the possibilities for you. This is a potent opportunity to take things to the next level. Mars often lends a boost of energy, so definitely be active. Work in some physical activity, but don't overdo it. Make any presentations that you need to make. Negotiate any contracts or deals that you need to, because all is supported for you knowing who you are and what you want in a way that conveys without much effort on your part. You're just glowing and illuminating love, light, and truth. The effort required to activate this easy energy is to actively pursue your desires, to expand your horizons by learning something new, by being around other like-minded souls and putting that extra energy behind some worthy project, like you. When Mars is involved, it's all about you. That was Thursday. Friday, the 2nd of September, Mercury opposing Jupiter for the first of 3 times. Now, this is part of the Mercury retrograde that's already underway. We're in the shadow. Things are starting to warm up before it goes backwards. So any opposition requires us to work with 2 distinct energies and get them to work together for the good of all involved. Now, we got 2 big ones this week, Venus and Mercury, opposite Saturn and Jupiter, our truth and purpose, and our thinkings and values and things that are shifting right now or having to be integrated because they have shifted. Something's changed. And then with Mercury, we're rewiring our thinking. Jupiter's our consciousness. It's going to hit it 3 times over, September 2nd. Then again on September 18th, and a final time October 12th. This is also a midpoint, which allows you the 180-degree view from the other side of your starting point roughly 6 months ago. Mercury and Jupiter are working out the push-pull within you between your mind and consciousness, between your thinking and beliefs, between your thoughts and imagination, between the tedious details and the grand vision. Because of all this, it would be tremendously beneficial to play amongst a group of like-hearted souls with varying points of view. Mavericks who follow their intuition, as well as humble healers who also buck the status quo by following their intuitive knowing within, something we all have the capacity for. This is great for what I call jam sessions, when my colleagues and I get together to discuss our ideas and insights about our professional goals. Something like that is a great use of this energy. Plan, strategize, discuss with others, get input and feedback, bounce ideas around, and be open and receptive to others' points of view because they may think of something that you didn't. Make sure it is a circle where all opinions are valued, even if not shared. This is a good one for learning something new and looking at things from another angle completely, which is what a Mercury retrograde is all about, right? So, of course, I've got that new digital download self-study course that covers you for activations, divinations, and meditations for all three parts of the Mercury retrograde here. The pre-shadow, the actual retrograde, and the post-shadow periods have individual guidance for all three. And, of course, your custom activation so you can know what Mercury is triggering in your chart. So reach out if you want to do that this go-round. Libra and Virgo, you have strong energies being affected. This is a good one to follow through with consciously. Not to mention that the minute that Mercury comes out of retrograde, Mars goes in. So the Mars retrograde replay has been listed and posted as a podcast and a video. It will not post to Instagram because it's too long. It's an hour and 10 minutes, and that's the cleaned up version. But it was so juicy and delicious and fun, and that does probably include the 10 minutes of a drum journey, so really about an hour. But it was a very potent session. Those of you who missed it can catch the replay, and you can also fill out the registration form if you want to request the post-call goodies, the links and all the goodies that go out after the call. I'm back on this monthly schedule of community events, so I hope you'll join us when you can. And I'm linking my community event page here, which is going to be the place where these are listed from now on. Many of you know I just rebirthed both my websites, karmictools.com and kellymbeard.com. And on kellymbeard.com, there is a free community event link, and that's where this community event page will be housed. And what I've come up with, I welcome suggestions, but what I've listed and planned for and put on the calendar already is, of course, fall equinox and winter solstice, which I'll likely be with Shanta Gabriel as usual. But if there is any planetary alignments or cycles that you want to know more about, by all means, please email me directly. But September 29th, I have changed the Mercury retrograde Q&A. We were planning that for October 4th. I bumped it up to September 29th. So that'll be a chance for the whole community to find out a little bit about the Mercury retrograde, even if you don't do the digital download and get the goodies. That'll be just an overview of this one so we can all check in and have our September community event. Then in October, on October 13th, I'm planning the Venus midpoint because reclamation begins in October, at the end of October. So we're going to get together. This is an excellent time in October to get your reading and a custom guide because that'll carry you for the rest of the 9 months of reclamation, which begin in October. November 10th, after we get done with the first 9 days of ancestral reverence, that Thursday, November 10th, I will do a call for the community on the Taurus Scorpio nodes and eclipses. And, of course, winter solstice with the initiation of 2023 coming in. My goodness, we're hitting fall. Winter's right around the corner in this hemisphere. Finally, Cinnamon Rose and I are playing with the idea of an interactive podcast where you all could join us live and ask questions or listen to the replay, of course. Cinnamon has offered Ask the Priestess for years, and it is an amazing and effective way to ask your burning questions with a beautifully clear channel. Cinnamon also really prefers when I answer her questions in raw Kelly style. Basically, I have a way of expressing the energies in a language that is succinct, direct, and often hilarious, according to my friends. When you hear truth and you get a good belly laugh with it, a healing, awakening, and clearing of stuck places happens. Now, I have 6 planets in Virgo in the 10th house of career and reputation, so needless to say, I do my best to present a polished professional presentation, and I like it that way. However, I do get loose off air with my closest cohorts, and Cinnamon wants me to share more of that with you. If you've been with me for a long time, you've already experienced my raw truth and dark humor at some point. But let me also hear from you if you would be interested in a podcast where conversations about the energies and the tools and skills it takes to navigate consciously will happen with some additional spice and levity in this crazy, intense world. Reach out to Cinnamon or me, Kelly, and let us know your thoughts. This is one of those creative ideas that have just come up organically. Cinnamon and I will get on the phone and talk for, 45 minutes or an hour. And by the time we're done, we're like, oh my God, that was a podcast. Everybody else needed to hear that too. So I also know that many of you like the conversation style kind of thing, right? So where we could have a conversation and you all could jump in, like I said, with your questions and comments and what we would have done in the old days on Instagram Live. All of us are kind of over it with the third party thing and having our materials listed in places where everyone else gets to benefit, but we don't get that direct connection with you. So let's hear from you. And that's our forecast and all my extra goodies that I'm offering this week. Reach out if you need to. I hope you have a fantastic week. This is Kelly Beard of Karmic Tools signing off.